I'm going to be showing you how I create a cinematic film look in Adobe Premiere Pro. And there's a ton of ways you can do this, but I'm going to show you kind of the way I've been doing for a while, and it's pretty simple, nothing too extreme or complicated. So the first thing, well, I have a clip right here. This clip, I shot this in slow motion at 60 frames per second, and I'm going to bring it down to 23.97 or 24 frames per second. And to do that, what I did was I brought the original clip in, and then I have I right click on it, and then I go to modify, interpret footage. I did this part already, but I'm just going to show you how I did it. So it's going to be clicked on this originally, and this is just going to say, that'll just say 1. So what you want to do is you want to assume a frame rate. So basically want to change the 59 to 23.97. So I just said OK. So now you have your new clip that's now in 23.97 frames per second rather than 60 frames. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw this into a new sequence. Okay, so my original clip was like 2 minutes 20 seconds, and I just reduced it down to 15 seconds just to show you guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is just overlay those 2 black bars that you normally see in like a film movie. It'll just change the aspect ratio. So in this I just have to reduce this down. Okay, so I have my 2 black bars. Since I have these 2 bars, I can actually kind of move my image up or down a little bit, you know, depending on the composition that I like best. And I'm actually just going to move this up just a little bit. So I like that right there. Okay, so we have our composition set, and next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some effects to this. The first one I'm going to add is my fast color corrector. So I have this here. I want to go for kind of like a sunset type of feel to this. So I'm going to pull this towards my orange. So I like that. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm just come down here to my input levels. And usually to get like a cinematic film type of look, you want to adjust your black and white levels. So, and you can I use the input section here, and I'll just if you watch, pull the blacks in. As I pull in, it gets a little bit darker, and that's kind of the look I want to go for. And then I'll adjust the whites too. So I think I'm just going to stick with the blacks here, because the whites is just not working for me. So I'm just stick with the black. Just going to pull it in to an area where I think looks good. I think that looks good. And then I can also move my middle slider as well. Okay, so that looks good. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust my brightness and contrast. Okay, I'm just going to go a little less bright. I want it to be a little on the moody side. So I go try -4, like that. And then I'll add a little contrast to the image. Go 9 looks good. Alright, so then the next thing I'll do is I'm going to go to my 3-way . Okay, so my 3-way color corrector. I'll add that one. So you have your shadows, midtones, and highlights. Typically I'm just going to focus on my midtones. I notice shadows and highlights, it just doesn't look that good when you change the settings on either the highlights or the shadows. So I tend to just stick with the midtones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a little more orange to my midtones. Okay, I like that. And then I'm just going to look, see my highlights might just adjust very slightly. So next I'll come down to my saturation. And I'm gonna desaturate this just a little bit. So I'm just going to come down, let's go like 65. So this will definitely make that film look more prevalent. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just add some, just adjust my levels a little bit. And the only thing I'm going to change on my gamma is just on my levels, I'm just going to reduce my gamma just a little bit. And this will also kind of like, build some contrast as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some music to this. And it's that simple. So hopefully this helps you guys out.